The global community that would be born from the Hindu belief that the divine is present equally and identically in all of us would be none other than Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s beloved community. At this moment, the authoritarianism at home and abroad that is dividing and destroying us requires of us prayers not of peace, but of righteous rage and resistance. And if we have taken Dr. King's life and teachings to heart, we will not merely rage and resist, we will take collective action with the urgency of now, not leaving any one of us behind, and not addressing domestic crises while conveniently disregarding the crises we are complicit in around the world. Letter from Birmingham Jail, responding to 8 white clergymen in Birmingham, Alabama, 16th April 1963. I must make 2 honest confessions to you, my Christian and Jewish brothers. First, I must confess that over the past few years, I have been gravely disappointed with the white moderate. I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in his stride toward freedom is not the white citizen's counselor or the Ku Klux Klanner, but the white moderate. You speak of our activity in Birmingham as extreme. At first, I was rather disappointed that fellow clergymen would see my non-violent efforts as those of an extremist. I began thinking about the fact that I stand in the middle of 2 opposing forces in the Negro community. I have tried to stand between these 2 forces, saying that we need emulate neither the do-nothingism of the complacent nor the hatred and despair of the Black nationalist. For there is the more excellent way of love and nonviolent protest. I am an untouchable. Sermon at Ebenezer Baptist Church, Atlanta, Georgia, 4th July, 1965. I remember when Mrs. Keek and I were in India. We journeyed down one afternoon to the southernmost part of India, the state of Kerala, the city of Trivandrum. That afternoon, I was to speak in one of the schools, what we would call high schools in our country. And it was a school attended by and large by students who were children of former untouchables. The principal introduced me, and then as he came to the conclusion of his introduction, he says, "Young people, I would like to present to you a fellow untouchable from the United States of America." And for a moment, I was a bit shocked and peeved that I would be referred to as an untouchable. I started thinking about the fact 20 million of my brothers and sisters were still smothering in an airtight cage of poverty in an affluent society. I started thinking about the fact these 20 million brothers and sisters were still, by and large, housed in rat-infested, unendurable slums in the big cities of our nation, still attending inadequate schools, faced with improper recreational facilities, and I said to myself, yes, I am an untouchable, and every Negro in the United States of America is an untouchable. Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break Silence, Riverside Church, New York City, 4th April 1967. Somehow this madness must cease. We must stop now. I speak as a child of God and brother to the suffering poor of Vietnam. I speak for those whose land is being laid waste, whose homes are being destroyed, whose culture is being subverted. I speak for the poor of America, who are paying the double price of smashed hopes at home and death and corruption in Vietnam. I speak as a citizen of the world, for the world as it stands aghast at the path we have taken. I speak as one who loves America, to the leaders of our own nation. The great initiative in this war is ours. The initiative to stop it must be ours. Anti-War Rally, University of Minnesota, 27th April, 1967. I'm not only going to be concerned about justice for Negroes in the United States, because I know that justice is indivisible, and injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'm concerned about justice for everybody the world over. And finally, on ABC Sundays, Issues and Answers, 18th June, 1967. And first, a little bit of context. Dr. King is answering a journalist's questions about the Middle East conflict just 1 week after the Six-Day War, in which Israel launched a preemptive strike against Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, supported by the United States, and captured and occupied the West Bank from Jordan, the Gaza Strip and the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt, and the Golan Heights from Syria. He said, "We must see Israel's right to exist and always go out of the way to protect that right to exist. We must also see that Israel is there, and any talk of driving the Jews into the Mediterranean, as we have heard over the last few weeks or the last several years, is not only unrealistic talk, but it is suicidal talk for the whole world, and I think also it is terribly immoral. I think for the ultimate peace and security of the situation, it will probably be necessary for Israel to give up this conquered territory, because to hold onto it will only exacerbate the tensions and deepen